that that's because they told him, look, we need to kill off some people. We need you to form a foundation so that you can spread toxic vaccines all over the globe. And that is, in fact, what he's done. As a matter of fact, one of the most insane thing he's done is actually start to promote um, flying syringes. And by saying flying syringes, he's referring
Excuse
to
me.
flying syringes. Flying syringes being mosquitoes. He's
Oh, right,
promoting
like
putting
drones.
putting malaria into mosquitoes and unleashing those mosquitoes on the public, and all of a sudden those mosquitoes become, mosquitoes that are vaccinating you.
Well,
Now,
I
it's
had that
totally
idea myself some time ago. I'm not a bit surprised.
right. But of course, mosquitoes, what's the difference between a mosquito in the wild that has malaria in it versus a Bill Gates mosquito that has malaria in it? There's absolutely no difference. And what he's going to do is tremendously increase the epidemic of malaria. And this is just one of his insane plans.
Well, there's plenty of insane plans to combat global warming. Some of the scientists and think tanks are talking about dropping a bomb into a volcano to offset global warming. I mean, this is what they talk about all the time. They are insane, they are psychopathic, they are compartmentalized, and we're dealing with psychopathic robots, really. They have no
Yes.
empathy with mankind. But the trick is, the joke's on them because they have to breathe the same air we do, and there's going to come a point where the very top elite suddenly realise that they're not indispensable, and I'm looking forward to the tidal wave of whistleblowers, because their time is coming too.
Well, I'm convinced this is the reason for the space program because they're getting ready to take off and go to another planet to destroy that if they have to, if they go too far here. If they're not able to stop, their destruction, they only want 10% of the human race to survive to be slaves for them. If it
Yeah,
goes a little too far, they may just have to get out of Dodge.
right. Well, they're obsessed. The very top elite, like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, they have this idea that they're going to be Noah, that they're going to live by the time they suss it all, and we're enslaved to them completely. They will have the technology to extend their life and live a few hundred years like Noah. So when the flood comes, they can just float off into space and recolonize. Thank you very much. So we are dealing with a bunch of psychopaths here.
No question.
And I mean, Obama's healthcare bill is a eugenics bill,
Yeah.
pure and simple. I'm disappointed because uh, one of the things that the truthers and people exposing these people are accused of is racism. And I was very happy. I thought that the world may just change here. He might not be a globalist, and the world is really moving forward. That we have a black man as the president of the United States now, but he's lied about every campaign promise that he's ever made. He's broken, and he's increased the weaponry and increased the troops, and he's not bringing them home. And I think this chap's going to be worse than Bush, and that's saying something.
Well, first of all, it's very amazing. People don't realize, and it was even admitted during his campaign, he's a sixth cousin of Dick Cheney. He's
Yeah,
bloodline, just
yeah,
like the rest of them, okay? And so the
yeah.
fact that he's got dark skin has nothing to do with anything except for it goes to show you how their minds work. And that's why he was brought in because anybody that criticizes him is called a racist. And that is exactly why they got, a tan guy in the White House. He's half white, he's half black. Why is he
It's not
called a
even his
black?
real name. It's Barry Soetoro from Indonesia, rather, or is it Kenya now? I'm not too sure.
Who knows? Who
And
knows?
it, well, we know that his wife likes to fool around with medium kind of ceremonies, and same as Hillary Clinton admitted to in the White House. These guys are into the occult, and I don't think you can get that far without being a eugenicist, occultist. And his big chat in Berlin, where people call it his New World Order speech, and it was at the same place that Hitler did his big speeches. And so they like repeating history, and he is the New World Order's man. And I'm very sad to say it, But he's led the people up the wrong path, and I mean, I said he'd be worse than Bush. He's probably going to be worse than Hitler. The same bankers are backing him. He's their boy, and it's up to every one of us to stand up and inform as many people as we can before this genocide is carried out. We know they have up to 800 FEMA camps now, and they're for the American people. I fully believe that. Is that your conclusion?
Yes, I'm not sure how many there are, but you see, if enough people wake up and stand and say no, there's not enough FEMA camps to put them all in. And so I don't even like to get into all the fear stuff. I have no fear. They've tried to kill me a few times. My attitude is I would rather be dead than live in the world that they're creating. And once you get to that place, it's amazing the power that you have and that you have no fear. And that's what people have to get to. What I try to make people realize on my show on republicbroadcasting.org every Saturday is that you're already dead.
Yeah.
You know, the plans for you is that you're going to die or suffer. Something very bad's going to happen to you.
So you might as well go for it.
Yeah, you might as well go for it. What are you afraid of? There is no, agency that's going to save you. If I was you, I wouldn't be waiting for God or Jesus to turn things around. Apparently, they're kind of busy. They're doing something else. I don't know. It's going to be the people that take care of business. And I am convinced that the people are and will take care of business. And actually, we're seeing it in Greece right now, although I do not condone violence. But you see, the people are smelling a rat, and they're saying, what is going on here? You know, we're not going to take this.
Well, it seems to me a lot of it's very sad that a few people died in that bank, but they will have, the New World Order will have their agents provocateurs out there stirring things up and hurting people to gain control of the crowds. And
that's exactly what they do. Just like here, when they were pushing the Obamacare, the large majority of the people were against it. They shoved it down our throat anyways. And when these criminals, Nancy Pelosi and a couple other representatives who happen to have dark skin, were marching someplace to, basically declare their victory. Allegedly, somebody spit on one of these guys, and they called
I saw that video.
Name. You know that these were the minions doing this because that's a distraction. Then they can tell people, oh, look at all the racists we have here in America.
Well, they chose to deliberately walk through the crowd. They could have. That's not what they normally do. It was totally staged. Yeah. I saw that. Mm-hmm. I wanted to get back to some of your research, and a lot of women in this country, for example, are very concerned about breast cancer and the mammograms that they take. And my ex-girlfriend religiously went every year and to search for lumps and believed anything the doctors would say. But I know the answer to this question, but I'd like you to tell the listeners, is it a good idea to go and get a mammogram?
Only if you want to get breast cancer. Mammograms cause breast cancer. The breast is one of the most radiosensitive areas of the body. The amount of X-ray radiation that they use for mammograms is much, much higher, like, for example, as opposed to a chest X-ray. And if you get a mammogram every year, you will get breast cancer. And so what I teach my clients is just to avoid the mammograms, you have to detoxify yourself of the reason people get breast cancer, especially vaccines and pesticides, and keep your immune system healthy. If your immune system is healthy, that's the immune system's job, is to kill cancer cells.
We have 3 questions from Ray Moore in the UK and from Kat in England and Christopher in Ireland. I'm just going to fire them all out at you. One of them is alien related, but I generally tend to stay on the Earth, but I'm just going to say it anyway. And there are 2 more. They want to know, ask Dr. Carley if she thinks the elite, they are human now that she's aware of their ability to go off planet. And can you ask the doctor what she thinks or what her views or knowledge on terahertz is, please? I'm not sure what that is. Terahertz.
Okay, can we do one at a time? Can we do one at a time?